Hey guys, welcome back. It is 2022, and we uploaded a grand total of like 5 times last year. So welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. We have some stuff to talk about this last year, what our goals are for this next year, and then also an interesting trend that's going around YouTube reaction channels right now. So
buckle up. We would also like to dedicate this episode to Betty White.
hope we don't let her down.
We lost an icon. It's an intense way to start the new year, to say the least.
Definitely.
Anyway, this episode is dedicated to her. So, moving forward.
All right. Yeah. So 2021 was an absolute whirlwind. There was a ton that happened. We've already talked it to death. But that was a big reason why we didn't upload a whole lot, is just because schedules were chaos. And finding the right time and wanting to make sure that we were doing it in a good mindset too, I think is a really huge deal. Every time we do anything on this channel, it's always because we want to, because it's something that we care about, that we feel good about at the time, so we never want to start an episode or do a reaction or anything when you're not in the mindset to just have a good time. And that's what we've always tried to bring to the table. Where we stand right now, we're almost at 8,000 subscribers
for 5 videos. That's crazy.
So you guys are amazing for holding it down like that. We had some really good reaction videos that went up. We had a couple of update videos and different metal scene update videos as well, where we discussed some things. I'm going to be putting a lot more stuff onto our podcast, our actual podcast that you can see on Spotify,
that you can listen to.
Thank you.
Spotify and Apple Music.
Yes. So I'll be updating that a little bit more frequently this upcoming year. I really, really wanted to do album reviews and things of that nature. I listened to a ton of music this last year. If you guys are still interested in hearing what I felt were my top 10 albums of the year, I'd love to give you guys an update of that, maybe just do a podcast episode of that. But then also wanted to do something with you about the top albums that we're looking forward to for this next year.
Yes.
There's already been a few bands that have said that they're definitely putting out stuff this year. One that I'm looking forward to the most is the new Under Oath CD. That one's going to be good. Everything
I'm excited for the next Bring Me the Horizon EP. I'm very excited for that.
Me too. I'm surprised. I'm super surprised that they didn't end the year on that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like when they put out the last one, they the way that Ollie talked about it is that he wanted to do it super frequently.
Yes.
So, but
okay, this, I feel like this is a really good example of how the year just kind of got away from you and I, and why we weren't uploading quite as much. I literally feel like we were just talking about the post-human survival horror EP and talking about the final releases of that album, and as the videos released and everything. That was literally over a year ago.
Yep.
But in my brain, it feels like in the last couple of months. And so
same, yeah.
I'm over here being I'm excited for the next release. I said that over a year ago.
Yeah.
I said I was excited for the next EP literally over a year ago, and I don't know, my brain, the timeline just doesn't. It's all wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And so even realizing that we only uploaded 5 times last year doesn't compute in my brain.
We definitely, I think it was closer to 15, but yeah, I mean, it
really?
is. Yeah. We had a handful
once.
of episodes right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then sporadically every few months we would drop another 2 or 3. So
did the time just disappear for anyone else? Because I genuinely feel it doesn't. I don't know. I'm realizing that 1 year ago we were filming our 2020 in review, talking about everything. That's kind of messing with my head right now, that we're sitting down doing the same thing for 2021. 2021 doesn't even feel like it existed.
I know.
It doesn't even feel like it happened.
It was a weird one. One thing that did happen is actually speaking of Bring Me the Horizon, the Bring Me the Horizon and Baby Metal song, Kingslayer.
Yes.
That reaction actually went over 100,000 views on our channel, which is crazy.
That's nuts.
So thank you guys for that. That's huge. And that actually brings me into the next topic, which is reactions and what reaction channels are doing right now.
Or not
doing is reacting. I mean, us included, I guess, because we didn't really upload anything. But no, so a few people, Alex Hefner put out a video talking about how, yes, he's still going to be doing reactions, but he's trying to get away from that as being his like staple of his channel, which I mean totally makes sense. I get it. And then Nick Nocturnal, he put out a video saying that he's not going to be doing any reactions anymore unless he has a relationship with the record or artist. And the reason for that is all copyright related.
Yep.
He's just tired of putting out music or putting out reactions or even other things, because like he does something different than other reaction channels do too, because he puts out a lot of like mashups and he'll do covers, covers of different riffs and stuff like that. But yeah, he's not even going to touch any of that stuff anymore, just because of the chances of him getting it taken down or demonetized because of copyright is huge. He talked about like all the, because he put out almost like 2 videos a day. I felt like it was always on my feed of all the stuff that he was doing. And yeah, most of them got copyright claimed. And for a channel like his, where every video gets 100,000 or more views on it, that's just watching money fly away, I feel.
Absolutely.
At some point.
Putting in tons and tons of work for something that that you see zero profit for. It's really disheartening. It's really, really hard. We've had several people, complain about how we end up reacting on this channel, in the sense of like, if we pause it a lot, if we have to cover the video itself, we've had to mute some videos altogether. And like, it's very upsetting for people. And like, I get it, because you're here for the music, but at the same time, it's either we follow those rules and we cover the video, we mute the sound, or the video doesn't get uploaded at all. And a lot of those videos, if there is that much work that we've had to do to almost hide the original content, that video is not monetized. We see zero profit from it. Like, yeah, we do this for fun. We do this because we like it. But it also takes time and money away from our everyday lives to do this. And so to put in that kind of effort and see zero profit from it, it's really hard. It's really disheartening.
That's the big deal for me, is just the effort that is put in. Because there are some videos definitely that you get super excited about. You put in extra effort for editing and making it look super nice, super clean, super happy with it, and then you try uploading it to YouTube 5, 6, 7 times, and every time it gets taken down and blocked, or
we've had videos blocked before they're even public.
Yeah.
And it's like, when that happens, that it's going to be really difficult to get the video on the platform, and you already know it's not going to be monetized in that instance. But it's like, I get why a lot of these channels are stopping.
Well, and it's especially for the larger channels, right? Because they realize that they can put out a video that will actually pay their bills, right? Or they could put out a reaction video. Their reaction video will probably still get more views than one of their other videos. But that is time out of their day, and they're not going to get paid on any of it at all. And that, is a little bit frustrating for us. I feel like reactions still fit into the mix, because it's a good way to be seen, right? It's a good way for our channel to be seen, for people to look at our commentary and decide if they like what we talk about or not. I think that reactions still play a really key part in where we're at in YouTube. But at the same time, if there's a particular band that is just causing, or a particular record label that is causing it to be like super difficult to upload these videos, right? If I have to edit a video 7 times, I honestly don't want to react to that band again. Like, that's just,
I mean, there's a reason we still haven't redone Japanese Metal Week, because the copyright issues through Japan, they're really, 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 really strict.
That's tough.
And it makes it's hard to get a video put together that looks nice, that sounds nice, that you as the viewer can experience the song and not have it taken down.
Because most of the time, most of the other bands that we've done, like, yes, you have to maybe cover the video or something, and you can still put it up. It won't be monetized, which is fine, whatever. But it can still be up. But the metal music from Japan is usually, if there's even 3 seconds of music in it, it gets blocked, like completely blocked. And so we can't even upload it, which is silly. I know some people look at it and they say, well, it makes sense for these record labels to claim the video because it is their music, they have rights to it and everything. And like we wouldn't get the views if it weren't for their music.
Totally.
And I totally understand where people come from with that. Um, but at the same time, you know, you guys that are watching the reaction videos, right? If you wanted to listen to the music, you would just listen to the music,
Right.
right?
You
You wouldn't,
just open up the actual music video or get on Spotify and listen
yeah,
to the song.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
look up YouTube videos for reaction videos, right?
Yeah.
So there is something that reaction channels bring to the table.
Mhm.
And I wish there was a way that YouTube's monetization and copyright claims could allow for that support. I
Mhm.
remember we did one reaction to a band that did a cover, and I can't remember what it was now, but it was a cover of another band. And when we uploaded that one was interesting because it had a copyright claim, but it was a copyright claim as a cover song. And so it split the monetization, right? 50% went to our channel, 50% went to the original band.
Mm.
And so like there's a way for YouTube to figure it out.
Right.
And I wish that were the case. But unfortunately, when you upload anything that has music or the video from one of these record labels, it goes straight to the record label. And they get to decide whether you keep that video up or not.
Yeah,
right?
if they feel like you're infringing on their intellectual property. Well, there's a reason why like all of the big YouTubers use the exact same music in the backgrounds of their videos.
Mhm.
The
The non-copyrighted
non-copywritten music. You can find literally across a dozen different forums of video style the exact same background music, and it's because everything gets taken down. There was a TikToker who had like written her own music, and I'm not going to remember her name or anything because this was probably 2 years ago that I saw it. Anyway, she'd written her own music, had it in the background of one of her videos, and the video got removed for copyright infringement. And she appealed it and appealed it and appealed it and was like, this is my music. I'm using my own music.
Yeah.
And the video stayed blocked. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and like the software that's used in YouTube or that YouTube uses to detect all this music is super sophisticated. Like when you upload a video with copywritten music, it says that there's a copyright. And then when you go to edit it, because you can remove the music from it if you want to, edit out the clip or whatever. But you go to edit it and it shows you every second that there's copywritten music in it. So it knows exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
So if YouTube wanted to, they could say, okay, well, this is 90% of your video. So 90% of revenue is going to go towards, wherever. Whereas you guys get to keep 10% or something.
Yeah.
And so like there's ways to do it.
There are ways,
but
they
YouTube
just don't
doesn't
want to.
YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah.
And they put it all on the original owner, which is the record label, to decide if they want to basically give reaction channels the money or not. Which of course, if you're a large record label, why would you give reaction channels any of your money?
Right.
And so I feel if enough of the big reaction channels, especially if enough of them decide to stop doing reactions or only do reactions with bands or record labels that have whitelisted their channel, maybe we'll see a change. I mean, maybe not, but
I don't know.
maybe.
I think in the grand scheme of things, reaction channels are so small compared to everything else on YouTube. I don't think it is anything that YouTube cares to change because it's not something that's on their radar. It's not something that is affecting their bottom line at all. And they don't have to go through videos with a fine-tooth comb and review them themselves. So why would they change that system?
True.
Because they're making money off the video regardless. And
YouTube is.
Yeah, YouTube makes money on any video that is uploaded. Like any video, like non-monetized channels, YouTube makes money off the platform.
Yeah.
So it doesn't see the flicker.
I did see the flicker. Nothing turned off. That's good.
That is good.
The weather out here in Washington has been nuts. So.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Floods, snow. We've got everything happening right now. It's crazy. Crazy.
We don't have earthquakes. We don't have alligators.
We have what's the earthquake line from California? What is
the
that
fault
called?
line?
We have the fault line.
Yeah.
We have a dozen or so volcanoes.
Right. True.
Yeah. So we have our own set of problems.
True.
Anyway, I don't think that because the big reaction channels are big enough that if YouTube was going to listen to someone, they would have already.
Mm. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah, they have no financial incentive to
None.
change it
None.
at all right now, which is frustrating because I feel like we said before, reaction channels definitely bring value to those musicians. I mean,
Mhm.
especially like the underground musicians and things
Mhm.
like that. We've had nothing but love from people. Even if we did like a lousy reaction or
Yeah.
said that we just thought their song was okay, like they were so glad that we put their song on our channel just so
Yeah.
that a handful of more people could see it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's definitely a place for reaction channels in YouTube and in the scene
Mhm.
in general. And I wish that more record labels could see that and like appreciate that.
Mhm.
I think one of the
And
only
acknowledge that it's not that the content creators aren't trying to claim it as their own. And the thing is like I feel like the attorneys or whatever who've written up all of these clauses and
yeah.
whatnot, they're the laws are so difficult to get around. Everything is so blanketed simply because they want to ensure that people don't take a huge grossing video,
Mhm.
let's say Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, put it on our channel and just
And
get
then just
money
keep it
from
going.
views.
Yeah.
And people not realizing that they're not watching the original video, that they're
Right.
just watching someone's virtually a bootleg
Yeah.
copy of it. And so they're trying to prevent that from happening, but in doing so, they're preventing content creators from having actual discourse about the
Mhm.
music and about the videos and things like that.
Yeah. Well, and especially channels like ours, and I might be biased, of course, but there are definitely the reaction channels that try to have a discussion about the music,
Hmm.
try to have actual like more content that they're putting into the music as well. Most of our reactions, if it's a 3-minute music video, it's still a 15-minute conversation about the music.
Hmm.
Whether you like the discussion or not is one thing, but like that's we are putting effort in, we are
Hmm.
putting we are bringing things up and adding to the
Yeah.
original music, right? So all that to say, we could probably bore everybody's ear off for a while.
Reactions might be in a bit of a limbo for a
Yeah.
while, I feel, not just from our channel, but from other channels in general. And it's just something that's probably going to be not necessarily hard to come by, but I don't think we're going to see quite as many in the upcoming year
Hmm.
simply because it is not uh, financially um, responsible for people to be
Right.
spending all of their time making reactions that don't allow them to get paid. Because people
But
do deserve to get paid for their hard work.
yeah, so yeah, all that to say, I still feel like doing reactions on this channel in the future definitely makes sense.
Hmm.
I mean, there's so much music out there
Hmm.
that we haven't listened to, and new music that's coming out that's going to be amazing. And so I want that to be part of our channel.
Hmm.
However, if it's going to be super difficult to upload it without it being taken down or all that sort of
Or
stuff,
completely muted.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, and that's the thing is we might go a different route and we might just start muting it.
Hmm.
Um and then having a link to the original video so you could pull them both up if you want to. I know that means less views.
All that does for us is it does make it easier on us as the people who are trying to upload these videos. And it makes it just so that way you're, like you said, you're not editing a video 7 times to
Right.
keep having it taken down. Um,
Yeah, cuz we don't make a ton of money off of the reaction videos
no.
anyways, right? And so yeah, if I have to edit it once or twice, like that's cool cuz that's
Yeah.
what we want to do. That's why we made the channel, right? But yeah, if I have to edit it like 8 times, I'm like, ah, man, is it?
Yeah.
At what point, because it
Because
takes a while
because then it
every
stops
time.
being a hobby because we do this for fun.
Yeah,
We don't do it for a financial surplus because
right,
there until you have like a billion followers on YouTube, there's no
right.
financial surplus. Um But like I said at the beginning of this, it takes time and money out of our day to
Yeah,
do it. We both work. We're both busy people. Uh, and, and we're tired.
right.
So like a lot of times, and this is not excuses. This is just how our lives are. A lot of times we end up filming at night after our kids are in bed. We've stopped this video a half dozen times already just with questions from our children because it's 3 in the afternoon.
Right.
And so like we end up filming at night and it gets really really late and sometimes you end up editing super super late.
Yeah.
And so it becomes exhausting and it becomes tiresome and little bit more of a chore, and that ties back to what you were saying at the beginning. that we try to only upload when we're in a super good headspace, and we try to not just upload just for the sake of putting up a
Right.
video. Um, and honestly, this last year was like mentally brutal
Yeah.
and exhausting.
Well, and there were a ton of videos that came out
Yeah.
that we could have made, day of, pushed them out,
Hmm.
um, and gotten lots of views on.
Maybe.
I mean, probably,
Yeah.
probably there are a lot of like good viral videos,
Yeah.
viral reaction videos. But then it becomes once again more of a chore, and more of like a job instead of just something that we do for fun as a
Hmm.
hobby. That it would be dope if it was profitable, but like we
It
don't.
doesn't have to be for us to have
Yeah.
fun doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our thought has always been, how can we do this fun thing that we enjoy? How can we share it? Make it as profitable as possible, but um not get burnt out on it, right?
Yeah.
And not
And
not
not
do it
get
as
burnt out on the grind of like,
a
oh, we have
chore.
to upload at least 42
Yeah,
videos a month or whatever.
definitely. But yeah, but yeah, so that brings me up, or that brings up, where I want to go in the future with this
Hmm.
is, yeah, definitely do some reaction still. That's definitely something that I want to do, keep doing. Um, but then also some things like vlogging when we go to shows,
Hmm.
things like that. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in that sort of stuff, let us know.
Yeah.
But then also from, the core supporters that we do have that do watch almost every video that we post, would you guys be okay if we uploaded some reactions that didn't have the music and you had to pull it open and,
Hmm.
another way or whatever it is, and you
Or
just
like
want.
if we keep it more in like a discussion phase,
Mhm.
and even rather than even having the video playing, we could watch it ourselves beforehand,
And
and
then,
then have a discussion video where the original video is linked, and
yeah,
we're giving our post reaction
that's
feelings,
true.
our
Because
post viewing
there's
feelings.
not a lot of videos, to be honest, that have that like shock and awe factor to it. I
Yeah.
mean, that, for instance, the first time anybody hears like Pisces or something, and
Mhm.
hearing Tatiana's voice, like, yeah, there's shock and awe value to that. So it makes sense to like record those types of things. But, next time, whoever puts out a video,
Mhm.
um, doesn't make sense if there's not shock and awe, but it's
Yeah.
just what people just want to know what you thought about the song. Like,
Yeah. But
does it
we're
make
also
sense
not
to
like a
do that?
shock and awe channel. Like we're not the people who like
Right.
flip tables and we're like,
That's true.
"Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was insane," and
that's
freak
true.
out. Like that will never be that will never be the channel.
Uh,
Um and so it's like I feel like if we have more of discussion type
yeah.
videos, uh and I this is kind of deja vu because I feel like we were talking about this exact stuff 1 year ago at the end
Mhm.
of 2020,
Yeah.
being like, what we see for 2021. But I genuinely feel like doing things where we're still talking about the relevant current music.
Yeah.
Um, we just might not have the videos attached to them, and I feel
Yeah.
like it could still be super fun, and we could still
Yeah.
reference the videos and even pull up clips and
Yeah.
just not have the whole video playing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's something to
Yeah.
think about. I guess all that to say, we will have some slightly different video formats in the next or in the upcoming seasons.
Indeed.
But I think it'll be good.
I think so too.
It's been
Um,
good so far.
yeah, I've loved it. So
Me too.
you want to close this out real quick?
Well, like you said earlier, we could talk your ear off for 100 years about copyrights. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, click that subscribe button to check out more of our content. If you're new here and you like what you saw, click that subscribe button to enjoy more of our content. And we'll catch you in the next video.